Okay. So I've decided to choose this athletic performance contextualization with an entirely different formula. This formula is what is the most bizarre competition I've had brought up in my real life interactions for being potentially invoked as the most influential swimming result on my life and how I've decided to live it. So there was only one that matches up to the most bizarre moniker. So this is my take. I kid you not, this actually happened. My take on the Chad le Clos 200 meter butterfly, time of 1 minute and 56.48 seconds from 4 October 2010. Okay. I'm filming this Saturday, 10 February 2024. I'm Tanis Leonhardi. This is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. And this was the 200 meter butterfly race, long course meters, 50 meter long pool, at the 2010 Commonwealth Games in New Delhi, National Capital Territory, India. Time of 1 minute and 56.48 seconds in the final on Monday, 4 October 2010. With his time, he achieved a Commonwealth Games record and first place. I provide my take/perspective on his performance and contextualize it in terms of, here's the bizarre thing that happened. I contextualize it in terms of, did his result factor in to my choosing South Africa as a place to live/study abroad, January to June 2012. So there's like some things about being American that I didn't learn until I started living on the continent of Africa back in 2012. And so I was having these interactions and we're getting to know people. And so there's like in swimming, I learned there's the Americans and there's the non-Americans. So essentially you're American or you're everybody else. And this was an example of the like exposure. I didn't really realize that, like, because I, started swimming back in 1999 for my team and retired in 2010. And so like I get there and like didn't necessarily, there's a bit of a bubble, clearly, where we're having this conversation and we're getting to know each other and people are kind of asking about why we chose Africa. And I chose South Africa and I was like, well, it was Egypt, Morocco, or South Africa, and I always loved the animals of Africa. So like lions and giraffes, right, and water buffalo and stuff like that that are native to Africa. And so while South Africa was not my number one pick, like if I could have any pick of any country and there was a study abroad program, like national exchange with any university, it might not have been my top pick. However, between, Cairo, Egypt, Rabat, Morocco, and Port Elizabeth, South Africa, the school is actually located on a nature preserve. All right, there's like desert, or the plains and lush greenery that I was kind of like, I really loved, like, and wanted to see the wildlife of. And the school was nearby to elephant sanctuaries and stuff like that as well. So it was, out of the available options, it was kind of, it's this or I'm not going to do this study abroad, right? And so for me, I put that out there and they were like, with your background in swimming, I would have thought you chose to live in Africa because Chad le Clos won the gold medal at the 2010 Commonwealth Games in the 200 meter butterfly. What? And that was about my reaction. One of the other people kind of just, an American, just kind of lost it all together. And didn't quite understand how I stayed so composed. But some things are just like, right, swimming is something I did during the summer, and lifeguarding and cleaning, and I was actually, after living in Africa, I was a swim coach for the same team, kind of stuff. So like, there are some things that just, and as a swim instructor and stuff like that, that just like come so far out of the blue that they're just not, the little thing about me, when things are really that far out of the blue, it's just like, you're gonna have to do some explaining. It's like not even possible to trigger me because I'm just like, I have no base for why that would be brought up. Right? And so as it goes, the reputation of certain 200-meter butterflyers who were fast in the 2012 time had established themselves as having sex with a lot of women who really adored the 200-meter butterfly. So the reputation blanketly applied to all American women was that since this guy is the greatest of all time and swims the 200-meter butterfly, every American woman must make their decisions based on challengers in the 200-meter butterfly. And I was like, you know, how the Michael Gross thing went with the kid named Michael Gross about the hothead comment about Melvin Stewart being a hothead. So it was like, I like Melvin Stewart because I'm also evidently Tanis who throws temper tantrums. So I was just kind of like, and my friend, well, turned out to be my friend, but we're like getting to know each other, was also from Washington State, and she just like, poof. And like some of the Minnesotans were also like, poof. And this was, aquatic sports were brought up because there was a swimming pool in the facility where we were living, and like one of the Minnesotans named Dane actually ended up using it for lap swimming at least once. You know, like it was the only athletic resources we had available, so it was kind of like, you know, brought up because of that, but it wasn't really an athletic pool, you know, that kind of thing. It was a leisure pool. But Dane was like, dang, I'm gonna change the meaning of this pool. I'm gonna be a real Minnesotan. Oh man, I'm real American, and be like, we're gonna challenge the meaning of leisure and turn it into a lap pool. And so I was just like, oh man, like, I didn't know that Commonwealth Games existed. I knew a Chad named Chad Morgan, but a Chad le Clos, and they were like, oh, we know you love Chad le Clos. And like, I was like, I love Chad le Clos because I chose to study abroad in South Africa, and he represents South Africa. That was like my smart ass response, but like, yeah. But like, they were like, but did you choose South Africa because of Chad le Clos? And I was just like, I didn't say anything. I was just like, I don't know how to respond to that question. So, did I? Why not? I said I chose Melvin Stewart because I was supposedly a hothead. Why the heck not? Sure, I chose South Africa because of Chad le Clos. But I chose it because of animals. Is Chad le Clos an animal? Well, we're all humans, so we're all animals. But anyway, so that came from this race and this time and stuff. And I was just like, you know, there's like things that I have learned living internationally, like, and including off the continent of North America. And it's been like, so I'm stuck with Chad le Clos for the rest of my life. Like I'm stuck with Melvin Stewart. When they're, and it's the same freaking race, the 200-meter butterfly, which I don't even swim. I have not swam at any point in my life in any course, like in competition. So, you know, some things are just like that, though. You don't get a say in what we get stuck with. They're just like, he just fits you. You both are cute. We like you. You're both babies. You're stuck a baby forever. And because I was younger than everybody else. And so they're like, you're a baby. You will always be a baby. And he's a baby. You will always be a baby. So you're always stuck together. And I just remember being like, so it's me and Chad le Clos, huh? All right. There we go. So that is my take on the Chad le Clos 200-meter butterfly, time of 1 minute and 56.48 seconds from 4 October 2010.